We've all had those days where we're supposed to be doing something productive, but instead we end up doing something completely ridiculous just because, well, because it became a challenge. But have you ever spent 10 hours straight playing catch just to prove a point? I'm talking about that classic Friends moment where the gang gets obsessed with "don't drop the ball," and honestly, I think we've all been there. It's the kind of situation that makes you wonder if we're actually in control of our lives or if we're just one boredom-induced challenge away from total chaos. If you haven't seen this clip, you're missing out on peak 90s sitcom absurdity. The premise is simple. Monica and the gang decide that dropping a ball is basically the ultimate failure. And before you know it, what starts as a fun time turns into this grueling, almost hostage-like situation where they refuse to quit. It's funny, it's chaotic, and it's a total waste of time, yet I couldn't stop watching. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion, except the car is just a ball being tossed around an apartment. What's hilarious here is the evolution of the stakes. Early on, they're just hanging out, but by the time they hit 4 hours, the tone shifts. Joey's getting left out because he's a dropper, and the dynamic goes from, "hey, fun game," to "this is a 3-person tactical operation." It's that shift in intensity that really gets me. You can see the desperation in their eyes. They aren't playing because they want to anymore, they're playing because they've invested too much time to stop. And can we talk about how Phoebe just casually enters the mix with a $1,000 cat that looks like a hand? It's pure Friends chaos. She's literally struggling with a cat, eyes watering, while the others are screaming at her not to drop the ball. It perfectly captures that feeling of having way too many things going on at once, but refusing to let the game die. You'd think the cat would be a deal breaker, right? Nope. In the world of "don't drop the ball," the cat is just another obstacle to be navigated. The brilliance of this scene isn't the ball game itself, it's how it reveals their personalities. Monica, obviously, becomes the drill sergeant. Chandler and Joey are just trying to survive. It's that "we invented this game" energy that makes you realize how quickly we create our own misery just for a little bit of pride. It's almost psychological, really. They've built this internal world where the only thing that matters is keeping that ball in the air, ignoring everything else: work, sleep, sanity. By the time they're trying to eat pizza with one hand, you realize they aren't even having fun anymore. But that's the trap. Once you've invested 10 hours, you can't quit. You're locked in. It's almost a social commentary on how we stick with things long after they stop bringing us joy, just because we've committed. It's the sunk cost fallacy in action, and it's never looked so funny. You keep thinking, "just drop it, guys, just drop it," but you know they can't. And it's interesting to watch how they isolate themselves. They stop caring about the outside world. They're so focused on this micro-universe of the apartment that things like work or the cat or their own hunger become secondary. It's a bold choice for a show, turning a simple prop into the main character of an entire episode. It really highlights how Friends was able to take the most mundane, everyday situations and stretch them into something legendary. Honestly, watching them deal with the aftermath, like Phoebe dropping out because of, well, the bird incident, reminds me that friendship is really just about suffering through ridiculous activities together until someone finally breaks. You find yourself rooting for them, even though they're clearly losing their minds. You want them to reach that 10-hour mark, even though it serves absolutely no purpose. It's that shared struggle that brings them together, even as the game tears their schedules apart. What about you guys? What's the most pointless challenge you've ever committed to with your friends? I'm talking about those moments where you look back and think, why did we spend all night doing that? Let me know in the comments. I'm dying to hear the weirdest, most intense things you've done just because someone said it was a challenge. And if you've never seen this episode, go watch the full thing. You need to see how they handle breakfast, because, spoilers, they don't handle it well. It's a masterclass in physical comedy that just doesn't get old. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the best TV history moments. We're going to be covering a lot more of these iconic scenes, so make sure you've got those notifications turned on. It's been a blast breaking down the absolute absurdity of this episode, and I'm already looking forward to the next one. See you guys in the next video.